All right. If you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and call us to order. We've got several people in the building today. Roll call, all the board members are here. Agenda revisions or additions, any? None that we know of. Under routine consent actions, item A, approve the minutes of the special call meeting September 16th, 2020. Approve the treasurer's orders. Approve payment of bills. Approve the board members to attend the KSBA Winter Symposium December 4th and 5th, 2020 in Louisville, Kentucky. Joy makes the motion.
Second.
Mark seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? We'll pass that one. Student presentation and recognitions.
All right, we have a few recognitions tonight. First, I'd like to congratulate the Fighting Tiger golf team for winning the 2020 region tournament and advancing to the state tournament for the first time in school history. So we're awful proud of our Fighting Tiger golfers. Thank you to First State Bank for donating school supplies to students in the school district the week of September 28th. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Chris Mills for starting the Smashers Volleyball League this year. This league will provide opportunities for Breckinridge County children to play volleyball and learn critical skills in the sport. We're very thankful to Mr. Mills for volunteering his time to make this happen. Also, a very special recognition tonight to Mrs. Shannon Tabor. Mrs. Shannon Tabor is in her 29th year teaching in the Breckinridge County School District, and last spring she was a distinguished, for the Western Kentucky University, a Distinguished Educator Award finalist under the category of Teacher Mentor. And I can tell you, and I know there's several people in here that would back me up on this, they don't come any better. Miss Shannon Tabor, she's been a true mentor to so many people in our district, and being a finalist for this award, and in my book, you're a champion on this award every day. But we appreciate you so much, Miss Tabor, and I just wanted to present this certificate to her.
Thank you.
Ms. Tabor, anything you'd like to share? Or?
No. We'll just go. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All that mentoring, you got none for us?
Well, and she started teaching
Keep
at
on
age
keeping
7.
on.
Yeah.
Started teaching what?
At age 7.
Yeah.
We allotted 12 minutes for a speech.
Oh.
Well, and you know, your story as far as in the district is very interesting. You've been in how many schools in the district have you worked in?
Well, I started out at McQuady,
Mhm.
and actually I went between McQuady and Custer. I was chapter 1 teacher there, and so I started out my morning at McQuady and left at 11 o'clock and went to Custer for the rest of the day. And then I got a position at Custer in primary, and moved from there to Ben Johnson to 5th grade. And then I was curriculum specialist at Ben Johnson and Custer, and then curriculum specialist at Ben Johnson full-time, and then I was district curriculum specialist. And now I've been at the middle school for, this is my 11th year at the middle school teaching math. So yeah, I've moved around a little bit.
Well,
Kept it interesting.
well, we're very
I've enjoyed
blessed
it.
to have you.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
thankful.
you. I'm blessed to be in such a great school system with good leaders.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that all your recognitions today?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. We'll move on to discussion of action items. Under item A, instruction and curriculum, would be number 1, Head Start report.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Thank you.
Mr. Jordan.
We had a smooth transition from remote to AV schedule last month. I want to thank our staff and our families for making that possible. Teachers are busy assessing students since they're back in the classroom. Playground construction began at Ben Johnson yesterday, so we're excited about that. And I heard the kids were looking out the window. I mean, they're ready. They're ready to get on that new equipment one of these days. And then finally, a reminder that, of course, November is next month, so that means it's annual governance training time.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We're ready.
It can't come soon enough.
No. So, thank you. That's my report.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jared.
Jared.
Thanks.
Okay, item 2, the Middle School Defensive Learning Project report. That'd be Mr. Kevin Hughes.
Very proud to have Principal Kevin Coombs with us tonight. I asked him if he would come. This is the year that we are going to be piloting 8th grade defensive learning projects, and we know that there's going to be a lot to learn from it, but I just want to really brag on Principal Coombs and the entire team at the middle school. They just do a fantastic job with our kids, and we're looking forward to hearing what you've got to say tonight, Mr. Coombs.
All right, well, I appreciate you all allowing me to speak tonight. I do want to first say thank you for all the support and us coming back to an AV schedule. It was extremely important, I know, for us at the middle school to get our kids back in the building And we have enjoyed every minute of it, and hope that it is able to continue for the future. You know, if we don't want to go back to remote learning, if we don't have to, having him in the building is important. Teacher definitely wants that to happen. Defensive learning, you know, this is something that Dr. Carter had mentioned several years ago whenever we started talking about the profile of a graduate and what we wanted to do with students in our district. And lucky me, he's asked me to have that happen at the middle school first as a trial run, which is fine. It's fantastic. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that his daughter's in 8th grade. I don't know. But we definitely want to take that challenge. And so for the past several years, our teachers have done a great job in middle school just kind of talking about the profile of a graduate and those competencies that are there. And, you know, I've been in the classroom 3 days this week, all 3 days, and I'll be in there tomorrow with students in 8th grade. And when I ask, you know, has somebody in the building talked to you about the profile of a graduate? You know, I get some head nods, and I get someone looking at me. And Monday, I actually had a student say, you know, Mr. Coombs, I think I know teachers have probably talked to me about this, but I can't remember. And so, but it's fine. You know, our middle school kids, sometimes they forget things like that. But we spent the last couple of days, though, talking about the profile of a graduate. And this presentation that I'm showing you is actually what the students have in front of them. And so we've been going through this. We've just started this week. I'll go back into the classrooms here in a month or two, continue with this presentation. I told them that I'd be back in January and then back again right before, probably about March 1st. I told them, I think that's when I have the due date on this, is March 1st. So this is what they see as soon as they go to the second page, that it all starts with our profile of a graduate. So, you know, I've been talking to them about those 5 competencies, making sure that they understand what those competencies mean to them and to us as a district. So it's that page, and now it's already frozen there. There we go. Thanks, sir. When they get to this page, again, there's the 5 competencies: resilient, team player, initiative taker, effective communicator, critical thinker. Each one of those words is linked to a video. It's a short video. I don't think any of the videos are more than 5 minutes. So we watch them. They watch them kind of individually right now. And then after they've watched it, we talk about it. They're taking notes on their own. They've all been given their own presentation like this, so they're taking notes right there on it. Then, Dale, if you go to the next page. Thank you. We're kind of getting to this, but I told them this is going to be the last thing that we do. This is going to be where they're going to have an introduction for you all. This is going to be a page that you all see, or whoever's a part of our defensive learning as they're defending this in front of a small panel. This is going to be where they're going to get your attention and talk about this defensive learning, the profile of a graduate, and everything that they're going to tell you about that. Dale, if you go on, I don't know why it's not working anymore. Oh, no, it's working now. So, this is just a quick, what is the defensive learning? Again, I was just going through there. We did talk about the sources of data for them, these artifacts that they're going to be presenting to whoever's on their panel. You know, MAP scores, IEP progress, project grades, anything that they've maybe done extracurricular, all that stuff, and how it ties back into that profile of a graduate, and again, those 5 competencies that we want them to have before they graduate. This is just kind of where I started with them. I'm asking them to talk about their best competency, and they're listing examples. Then you can go on through it, Dale. There, is it working now? All right. They're going to be pulling out one of those examples, and they're kind of expanding on it a little bit. Then we go on to which competency do you think you could improve upon? And then they're pulling again a specific example and expanding on it a little bit. And then at the end, we'll reflect. We're only getting through right now. Actually, I'll go back to the last page. We're actually getting to about right here. And so in these 2 days that I've been with them right now, so we're just starting to get into it as far as just collecting the evidence. Now, I'm spending a lot of time talking about that, making sure the kids really understand what we're asking them to do. I'm letting them pull some examples from home, from their personal life, because a lot of times it's a lot easier for our students to think about things at home and just their personal experiences. And then we're going to go back and start thinking, okay, what about school? How do these things happen in school? So I feel like our students are really understanding. I'm really trying to ask a lot of questions, and and asking them to, listen, if you don't understand, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, it's probably me, because I just need to explain it better, and so we're really working with them, and I feel like it's going to be something good, and I'm really excited to see it happen sometime in April or May, and have our kids come maybe here to some small panel groups or whatever, and just kind of talk about what they've learned since they've been at the middle school. So that's it.
Very exciting.
I like
Very
it.
good, right?
I like
Thank
that
you.
we're using the profile of a graduate, not just starting at high school and how you're gonna end, but starting with the earlier grades and making sure that they understand,
Absolutely.
that's the path that they're on.
Absolutely.
And a huge shout out to Mr. Coombs and the entire middle school staff, because they're gonna be piloting this, and what we learn from it, we'll be able to share with our elementary colleagues and our high school colleagues to help them implement it even better next year when we have defensive learning for 5th grade, 8th grade, and 12th grade. So, Mr. Coombs, this was great. Appreciate the work that's going on, and thank you so much. Do you all have any questions for Mr. Coombs?
That's great, thank you so much.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
We'll move on to item 3, which is appoint a board member to serve as the calendar committee for the 21-22 school year.
I believe Mr. Taylor served last year, but this is a,
Do you want to do it again? Not, I'll do it.
Don't make
I
it,
mean, you're handy.
it
I'll fight
really
over
doesn't make
it.
any difference to me. We
I
have to do
nominate Rick.
it. I was gonna nominate. You see how screwed up the calendar was this year, so I can do it again
I did.
next year.
Actually, thank you.
If you pause this, we're not having it.
Be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it.
If you don't care, I mean,
That's
this is
fine.
close, you know.
Okay,
Mike and I know
I
each other's
second the
email
nomination.
addresses now.
all right. So we've got Mr. Taylor approved, Joyce second. Any other discussion there, or we'll vote on it? All those in favor? It's
Thank you,
yours,
Rick.
buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, item 4 would be the approve the 21-22 school calendar committee. We all have a copy of the committee, and the only thing to be added was Mr. Taylor's name.
Go for it.
Vanessa makes a motion.
I'll second.
Mark seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor will happily approve those folks to serve. Move on to item B, operations. Number 1 is here the update on the high school project.
Michael, would you like to say anything before we turn it over to Ray?
There's not really much to say. I'll let Ray take the floor.
All right. Ray, thank you for being here with us. We
Yes,
look
sir.
forward to hearing
Sorry,
what you
good-
have for us.
It's good to see you all in person finally, and it's good to be here. It's an exciting time, guys. We had a great finish to our ATC project. I think you got the BG5 on the agenda tonight, and it's a very impressive facility. If you've all gotten the tour, I hope, and got to go through it and see it, it's a great facility for this region, not just for your district. But so appreciate that project, and then moving into our new one. I'm going to start out with the logo. That's the logo. We kind of tweaked it a little bit and switched the colors back to you see the B is the Breck maroon. That logo will be behind home plate at the baseball field. So that's what you'll see, and a very prominent location there on the field, as well with the right implement support decals as well on the baseline. So I'm going to try, Dale, to go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
So, we're changing our logo on everything, or just at the baseball field?
This was on the baseball field, and I'll let Michael maybe speak a little bit. They had I think originally the B was black and the C was
The
maroon.
baseball, this is the logo that the baseball team uses, and so they worked with the baseball team. But
I thought they used the same one that we had on the gym floor.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had a different logo.
Michael, did you work with Coach Bennett? This
Well,
is
there's your problem, Coach Bennett was.
the baseball team. I believe has used this one for several years.
Yes, that's the logo the baseball teams put on their uniforms, and that's the logo that we decided to put on the field. They just had to change the color scheme briefly so it would show up better on the turf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we don't.
Listen, I just have lots of
Okay.
apparel. I was just,
Sure.
it's all good. I was just,
It's
it's all good. It's all good, Michael.
I want to
Yes,
get
ma'am.
Get a new fashion.
Yeah.
So these photos I took back on September 29th when we were down here for our monthly progress meeting. So things have progressed since then. So this is kind of a look at demolition. It's pretty much now complete in what will be the computer lab, the new computer lab. The restrooms on the first floor, they had all the toilets and partitions taken out on both sides. On the second floor, they actually had the. I need your help there, Dale. Let's see.
Okay.
I'll quit
Go
clicking.
with it now.
There we go. So this is the second floor restroom. You see a lot has been done in there. What we talked about maybe is seeing if we could salvage some of those carriers because they look to be in pretty good condition. If we can reuse those, we may be able to save some dollars there. So, but most of the demolition now is done, and then that was in the building, and so out to the field, and this was at this time, was the softball field, they were digging the foundations, and those two gentlemen were assembling your rebar reinforcement, okay? And then you kind of see the dugouts over at the baseball field, they already had the footings poured and the rebar sticking out, and the same way on both sides. That's the third base side you're looking at there, and first base side was the same way. Then you kind of see the foundation wall for the backstop. You kind of see the curve to the backstop there. You can, just with this little bit out there, you can stand and start to feel the size of the field and just get an understanding of where it's going to be laying out and the view you're going to have. It's going to be really cool to have that kind of Field of Dreams feel to it with the field of the farms around it. So it'd be nice. So. And then this view here is kind of where the practice soccer field is going. So this is just some of the base course stone that was started, and then to the right of this area is where the practice football field area will be beyond the baseball field. So that's kind of all the pictures I had for this time. But like I said, we've got just want to go over quickly what they've done just since that meeting. They got all the footers complete at the athletic complex. Like soccer and baseball fields have been graded, seeded, and strawed. Restroom rough ends. Again, for the buildings out there are all roughed in. Concession stand rough in on the plumbing has started. Underground electric is complete to date for, let's see, I think it's their underground electric, excuse me, all their feeds and things are in. Now they're forming and pouring the tennis court sidewalks for asphalt to be laid here in the next few weeks. At the high school, first and second floor ceiling and grid demo is complete. Plumbing fixture demo complete on the first and second floor. Lighting demolition was complete, first and second floor. Relocation of electric panels has been completed. Block wall demo is 90% complete. Started installing new electrical panels. Saw cutting the first floor for the underground work. First floor slab demolition complete. Second floor demo also complete. Upcoming work, start laying blocks. We're going to start to see some of the buildings start to get vertical, so that's always exciting. Start the underground drainage on the fields. Baseball backstop wall and dugouts first priority, so you're really going to start to see the field start to take shape once the walls start going up. Completing the underground electrical and plumbing, finished grading on the ball fields, prep for the turf on the baseball field and asphalt tennis courts mid-month of November. So, there's a lot going on here at the second page here. So, at the high school, we're going to complete all the underground work at the first floor restroom. Start laying block on the first floor and then complete all the MEP items for first and second floor. That's your rough end and finishes and trims for the MEP work. Installing new electrical overhead in the walls and laying out the computer lab and also the rec room 201. So just trying to take advantage of the good weather we've had, and you guys just keep living right and we'll keep it dry out there. And I tell you, the wind constantly blows, so you got an advantage to you with it being so flat and open. If we do get rain, it dries out pretty quickly. So that's an advantage we have and can really help us move along with our progress. So, but other than that, we're working through all the submittals and getting those selections made and those kinds of things. And then I think Michael and I are going to meet here at the end of the week and try to finalize a few of those finishes and things like that. And then maybe next month we'll kind of come with a board to kind of show what that'll be. So, okay. So,
That's awesome.
other than that, if you got any questions?
I just had something I thought. Hey,
Sure.
Dale, can you go back to the last picture of the demolition in the restrooms?
Sure. Maybe. Dale, help me.
Dale can do it.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you,
Okay.
Here?
that one right there, is that the last one?
Yeah, that's the second floor.
Yeah, okay. So that was the demolition in the restrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Dale, go to the next slide. You might want to put a segue between, and here's the demolition in the
Okay.
restrooms that we got there, because I was thinking, that's a good looking latrine there. We've gone from demolition to the new.
Well, I tell you, if that's okay, I don't want to take too much time. Like I said, I can separate it for you, no big deal.
I got excited and I thought, man, we've gone from indoor plumbing to outdoor plumbing.
Yeah, no, that's your foundation getting started at the softball field. And like I said, I'm telling you, guys, be excited because it's going to be an impressive facility. when
I
you're
drove
done.
by this afternoon, it looks good.
It's going to be awesome. And like I said, I hope you're excited, and it's going to be a really cool place to. I'm a baseball player at heart, from in high school and stuff, and I tell you, this is just, it really kind of has that Field of Dreams feel to it.
Yeah.
Being out there around the farmland like that, and it's very neat. So I'm excited, and again, just appreciate the opportunity. It's great to see you all.
It looks good. I drove by this afternoon, it looks really good.
The first thing I do in the morning is I go out there and drive around to see what's changed. And every morning it's something
It's
different.
changing.
Yeah.
And I took an opportunity Sunday to walk it. And you talk about something that's impressive when you get out on it. It's gonna be
Really
wonderful.
feel it.
I'm just excited there's a soccer pitch.
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
Well, we can't imagine a board meeting without an update on construction, so.
Yeah. For me, that's great. Listen, I'll just keep coming for years to come, so all right.
Since I've been on the board, yeah, it went under
You guys just keep
construction.
coming up with projects and we'll just knock them out for you. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Well,
So
we
appreciate y'all.
it.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care.
thank you so much. Okay, we'll move on to item 2, which is approve the BG5 project closeout for the Breckinridge County Area Technology Center construction project.
Michael, is there anything that you'd like to add to this?
Yeah, well, it does feel like we've been doing update on construction for years, so I'm with you for sure. Not much to add. This is the final phase, and we're excited to be finishing this thing up. Looks like we're going to have a surplus of around $60,000. It looks like from the draft that we've done. Now, the form that you have in front of you for the draft just shows the expenses equaling out to the funding sources, and KDE requires us to report it that way. So, but we do have a surplus of around $60,000.
We like that word, Michael.
Yeah, it's the only time we get
Yeah,
to
me
use it.
too.
50 or 60?
Think 60.
60,000.
I'll make the motion that we approve.
All right, Mark makes the motion,
Second.
and Rick seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Let's move on from that one. Thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. I think you probably have a say in this one too. We'll go to item 3, which is approve the dishwasher bids for the high school and the middle school kitchens.
Yeah, I do. Mark, my accent gets a lot worse when I'm in Lexington. That's why you can't understand what number I'm saying.
That wasn't.
We actually, I'm asking for your all approval of these bids. There was only one bid submitted for each school, and we need these things desperately, so I recommend approval.
Vanessa makes a motion. And Joy seconds. Any other discussion there? All those in favor? Let's wash some dishes. Thank you. Item 4, review and discuss the district energy management.
Yeah, I'm still talking. This is a requirement per board policy that you guys have in your packet. Just based on some drafts that we're putting together for this report, looks like we spent about 10% less last year than we did in 18-19, but to be honest, that's from the COVID effect in the last quarter of the school year last year. But some good news right now is that we're down 50% in our utility spend from this time last year. So this year is looking excellent in terms of our utility cost spend. And there's no action required. We just have to review and discuss district energy management.
We like 50% down, anytime you can say that.
Yeah.
Thank
Me
you,
too.
Michael.
Unless it's attendance.
You all have any discussion, any questions on that? Okay. Item 5 is approve out-of-area attendance requests.
I recommend approval.
Vanessa makes a motion.
Second.
Rick seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor? We'll pass that one. Item 6, approve the annual district elementary school all-star teams.
We do this annually. We haven't had any elementary school all-star teams in several years, but just in case that there is a decision to do that, we go ahead and we always approve. And so I recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Rick makes the motion.
Second.
Mark seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? We'll pass that one. We'll move on down to no BCE, ABCSP, superintendent's report.
All right, I'll be quick. We're in our second week of in-person instruction in the school district. Our students and staff are doing a tremendous job of following protocols and adjusting to teaching and learning during a pandemic. And I just really want to take this opportunity to recognize all of our students and teachers and all of our staff throughout the district. They're doing a fantastic job, and everybody is so excited to have kids back in the building. I know I've been privileged to visit all of our schools since we've opened back up with our AB schedule, and just the work that's taking place in the buildings is just second to none. And we have such good people working with our children in Breckinridge County, and so I just want to recognize them for the work that they're doing. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
Awesome, thank you. We're glad to be back into school. Motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
Rick makes a motion.
Second.
Mark will second, and we're all in favor. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
See you later.
See you, Mike. Hey, Dale.
We might
Ms.
have to take a
Tabor, thank you
motion
very
to-
much.
Yes,
We
thank
do
you